Okay, well, let me go ahead and welcome everybody. How you doing? How you doing? Welcome to the Belle Collective Reunion Part 2 review. Let's go ahead and get started.
I understand what Tamber is saying, but here's my thing. When there's a table prepared for you ladies, don't come to the table without a fork. Y'all came with shade.
No, you guys came with the shade, honey.
Latrice, let me finish.
Go
Now.
ahead, baby. Finish what
Let
you
me
got to
finish
say.
because you bring different energy with Cliff here now. But when Antoinette here and y'all team up, you turn into a mean girl. You gotta let me know you team Tisha or you team Chris. I need to know.
Baby, I'm team me.
Now we just had a great energy. It was great energy and everything. Everything was good. But then when it changed, that's the issue that I've been seeing. I need you to be the same person in my face when this person in here is not. I haven't had anything against you. What I had against Antoinette is that she was flirting with my husband just like she was flirting with yours. So that's the issue that I had with her.
Okay, let's put a pin in that. Let's put a pin in that. Now, in part 2, honestly, I still feel like that the ladies kind of was against each other. As far as you have Tisha, you have Marie on this side, and then you have Latrice and Antoinette. Now, I have issues with Doctor, as she repeatedly told Marie, put Doctor in front of it. That's fine. But I'm going to tell you what Antoinette gives me. She gives me imitation of life tease. Okay? Because the way she was with everyone who wasn't black, the black women on the show, I feel like she was more supportive of the snitch on the show, the Kaylin, or whatever, the Karen. She was more supportive of her than she was of the black queens that were actually her co-hosts, her whatever. I'm sorry. Okay. I did feel like that Marie got bullied. I did feel like that they kind of came Marie. I felt like that. I did. Marie stood up for herself, and because a black woman stands up for herself, she is known as the aggressor and as the villain. So there's this whole blogger thing. I had reported this blogger situation on my channel when I had an exclusive conversation with Marie, and we spoke about this blogger. Now I understand they didn't want to give the blogger any props or whatever, and give the blogger attention. The blogger has the attention. The blogger, the thing that I found that was crazy, especially when she was questioning, the host was questioning her like, well, I thought you didn't know the blogger. Well, apparently the blogger knows her cousin, family, something. I'm talking about to Latrice. It seemed very shady, as if Latrice knew the blogger and was trying to set Marie up. Antoinette seemed to be a part of that whole let's get Marie situation as well. I felt like that Antoinette this whole entire time was not supporting her sister. She was supporting the other. Nothing wrong with supporting all races, but I felt like Antoinette was not about that as far as supporting her sisters on the show. Letitia was having some issues with Latrice as well. And to me, she's always have a very happy disposition, no drama or anything. So when she was speaking, I was listening. Tisha was speaking her truth, talking about Latrice, how they were close, how they spoke and had conversations. Her energy was different when Cliff was there, but when he wasn't there, her energy was completely different, especially when Antoinette was there. Dr. Antoinette, which I find very interesting, because I always said in the beginning that it was always team up. Miss Antoinette, Dr. Antoinette, and Latrice were the mean girls of the show. And Marie and Leticia was like the two black girls that got bullied on the show. I'm sorry. They stood up for themselves and they didn't get, they didn't play or whatever. But I'm just making a point. Okay? Marie was standing up for herself, and I could just tell that, and Latrice could only come with the shade. She calls her a man. And the very first part, when you look at Latrice, you're like, oh my God, I this is awful, and maybe there's whatever. But in part two, that went away immediately because the way Latrice, how she conducted herself. I mean, not conducted herself, her responses and things that she was saying towards Marie. And she seemed like, oh, Tisha, we cool, but she still was giving her that smoke. And Letitia was like, look, baby, y'all can come with the smoke, but I got it too. Don't get fooled because I'm nice. Okay, so in the reunion, the husbands were also there. We had, Cliff, we had Letitia, we saw the love and the relationship, how he asked her to marry. We were talking about the contract, how he acted all foolish when she was trying to get the things going with Ferris Street. Because, see, mind you, she was trying to be positive even when she was talking about that. Saying these are ladies who, wanted to invest. Speaking of Ferris Street, because of the TV show, she's gotten a lot more endorsements and investments, people who want to really be involved with the Ferris Street thing. And that's a positive thing out of all of it, honestly, too. Because she's now getting the opportunity that she thought she would not have because nobody was biting because of the whole brunch situation. So that was a very positive. I had really hoped that Ferris Street was going to keep going. So Marie being aggressive, stand up for herself, it really does kind of tie together everything that she told me and everything that happened in the very part one and how things happened on the show. It was a lot of shade. And I feel like Miss Antoinette with her, I don't know what, I told you, she gave me an invitation to life. I'm white. If you see Invitation to Life, then you know what the scene I'm speaking of. And that's what she gives me. She gives me that. I'm sorry. Was Antoinette with the Gone with the Wind, the dress? I'm like, she's a beautiful woman. But the first thing, how is it everyone is wearing a regular size dress and you coming with the Gone with the Wind? You talked about Marie with her hat and everything else, and at the brunch, the first brunch, but you come in here with the Gone with the Wind. Like you ripped off your curtain off the wall and made your dress looking like seriously. So anyway, Cliff said he did not have anything to do with the Goddess Lynch. He didn't purchase. That was all her. I believe that as well. I do. I understand how people ask, but I believe that she did all that on her own. Marie was very passionate and upset, and I understood why, because of the fact that her credit, her money, everything was being questioned by this blogger. And I understood why she was so upset. And Kaylin saying that she did it on her own, it seemed like it was rehearsed. Because I do believe that had something to do with it. I do not think that Kaylin just went on her own, going after this woman on the defense. Egypt, no, I don't believe that. I think that's a stretch. I think that Egypt was fighting for her black sister. You got that white girl that want to beat down so bad that they'll do anything for their friends. And they want to, I'm fighting the cause. And I'm not saying that I want to do all of that to please my friends. But we didn't ask her to do that. We told her not to do it. Please. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it. So Letitia actually showed her today. Because like I said, you can only be nice for so freaking long and you get tired of it. And this was that day. Letitia was like, look. She told Antoinette that she will flirt with her husband and she flirted with Latrice. Latrice kind of was like, well, do I have that?
So what I'm saying is,
wait a minute, wait.
Tell Antoinette.
Do I have that one?
When was this, please?
Okay,
you can't
here we go.
throw something
Here we
out
go.
out there, Letitia.
We
need to hear this.
I match energy.
Letitia, we can't hear both when everybody's screaming at each other.
I don't have nothing against this girl, but she's constantly throwing shade.
Ladies, I want everybody to be heard. So we can't scream over each other.
Look, let me tell y'all something. I was super proud that she spoke up and said what she had to say. I really was. I thought I had that video. I really was because this is the same thing I just played.
With your husband.
When?
So
Please
this is
tell
what
me.
I'm saying.
No.
I'm so real.
No, do
and
not
like as y'all
accuse
said
me.
on the show,
No.
I'm so real. As y'all throw out, and my brunches are not what y'all have. Y'all come
With a real comment that was dedicated to Marie.
So what I'm saying is.
Oh snap! Let me tell y'all something. They was coming at Marie so hard. Hold on.
Who you are to my face.
No, ma'am.
And I have. When?
And I have. Ladies, I want everybody to be heard. So we can't scream over each other. Why did you believe her to be flirting with your husband? What specifically did she do?
At the Sip and See, at Antoinette Sip and See,
Here we go.
her new practice, Mint Dental. After that, I'm in the car and I'm like, you know what? What's going on? Where is Glenn? So I'm like, okay, so I walk in, and when I walk in, you're holding like his hand. You're like, oh, I was just giving him some Hennessy. So
Okay, now look. She's breaking the whole thing down about why she said that she was flirting with Glenn. My thing is, this girl has showed, as far as Leticia, how she is genuine the whole season. Everyone in the cast has said the same thing about her. So there's no reason to doubt what she's saying. I'm sorry. And even Latrice, with her response, it seems so sketchy. So when she says, we cool and I actually like you, girl, but are you serious? If we're on the phone talking about this whole situation with the flirting thing, you're different, but not just here sitting here with Antoinette and you're on TV, you're different.
we got in the car. I said, Glenn, what was that about? He was like, I don't know, but it didn't feel right to me. So I called Marie and I said, Marie, I don't really know what happened with this thing, but it was weird. Glenn and I, we had like a major situation afterwards. He was like, it was weird, but we had drinks, you know, and you even told me, you said, I want you to go home and I want you to make love to him. You said that to me.
You also mentioned that she was flirting with Cliff.
It wasn't what it was like. We was all drunk, and you know my husband, sometimes when he get drunk, he get his words misconstrued.
Okay, now, I'm sorry. You are making excuses. This is a woman that's making excuses that you are saying that when your husband drinks, he does things, and you're making excuses like pretty much it's okay. That's the type of tease I'm getting here. So at one point in time, you did have something to say about it. At one point in time, you did think that she was flirting, because I'm going to say something too. Latrice and Antoinette, the friendship. Latrice threw shade through the whole season. If you paid attention, Latrice threw shade to Antoinette through the entire season. So if there's any jealousy between anybody, I don't think it's for Marie or for Ticia. Catch that.
And that's just that. Like, I came to Antoinette, I asked her about it. Like, even me and my husband, we were together and we asked her about it. And, you know, we got through it and it wasn't what it was. So
we got through it. In a marriage or any situation, when you say we got through it, that means that there was a situation, a major situation. We got through it. Like, what did you have to get through is my thing.
I honestly don't think that Antoinette flirts with guys.
Antoinette, what's your side here?
Right now? I'm confused.
So Antoinette, let's hear your side.
It's certainly not what you thought. That night when everyone left, I still had to clean up Mint before the construction came back in to finish. Antoinette doesn't drink Hennessy, but I gave it to people who did. He was still there and he was offering to help David put things away. If I say to you, ooh, y'all take this bottle and y'all go make a baby and all of that, that's because you communicated to me that he wanted another child. Not because that's what I want to do with him.
We just
you see what I'm
don't
saying?
leave that there because
no, I did not flirt with your
sideways up
husband.
here.
I don't know what's going on in y'all's marriages. I'm not breaking y'all up.
You wouldn't dare.
I wouldn't dare because of the woman that I am.
No, you wouldn't dare because
I
my
wouldn't
husband.
dare
You
because
wouldn't be the cause
also
of
because
it.
of the woman
No.
that I am.
Yeah.
I did not flirt with Glenn, and I'm sorry. that you felt that way.
When Latrice and I are on the conversation and we're on the phone together and we're vibing, it's totally different. When Marie is here, and this is something that Marie can vouch for, I went to bat for you, Latrice.
And I went
Did
to
I
bat
not?
for you,
Did I
Tisha.
not? I said, Latrice,
I went to bat for you, Tisha. Why the aggression? Letitia is keeping it 100%. You've got to listen and watch the body language. Tisha is keeping it 100%. Leticia is feeling some type of way and she is angry.
Marie,
look out for you
don't
in
say
every
anything
single
to her.
angle.
Okay.
At every
So I
single
need us
second,
to
we gotta
be
stop now.
cool.
1 second.
Let's just be cool, regardless of who in the room.
So we clearly still have some unsettled
like
issues
you.
here. Just when you
She said straight up, I like you. I like Leticia. I feel like she's completely straight up. Leticia and Marie, to me, are super 100% genuine. Latrice, I could side eye. But she has a good business sense, and I like the fact that she got a man that supports her. Antoinette, I can't. I'm sorry. The way she was so supportive of Kaylin, and there's nothing wrong with supporting, your friend and all that, but I just felt like she just threw her sisters under the bus for Kaylin. And for Marie to say, I got some receipts, she probably do have something on Antoinette. Dr. Antoinette. It seemed like the reunion and after the wrap of the show is where really the real Belle Collective actually got started. Also, they did address the husbands with the whole thing with Marie's husband. Marie's husband was straight up asked him, hey, they questioned sexuality. He said, I like. Hold on, wait. I'm gonna have to admit, I thought he was hilarious. Let me see if I can find that. Do I have that? I thought I recorded with some with him there. I thought that he was hilarious. I might have to go back because I thought I had made some recording with him. I thought he was so funny. I'm sorry.
optimism. Do you think that these ladies will be able He wasn't there for you?
No, and that's when things took a turn.
When she was sick, where were you, Cedric?
Be honest.
Now, you the headliner, Marie.
Yeah, it's not.
I don't want to come in between what you and Egypt got going on now. Now, clearly now.
But I'm saying,
If she asking me now.
yeah, but
She asking me the question.
Cedric, I'm asking you.
You asking me?
Marie, I want you to respond.
No, you talk. I'm going to let you talk.
Okay,
Let
I'm
you
gonna
talk.
Give us up. I want to talk to you.
No, you talk, baby. You
Cedric, I
talk.
want to talk to you.
Oh,
You're the
my
headliner.
Oh, no, she's the
No,
headliner.
you're the headliner.
Come on, Liz.
I want to hear from you.
First of all, I'd just like to thank the Lord for allowing me to be here in Egypt. And I just want to say how proud I am of you.
Yeah, because you've been there for me
Marie,
from the beginning.
listen, Marie.
You know
Listen, man.
what it is.
I'm just going to tell you your growth level.
Cedric, you're
From when I
avoiding the
met you
question.
to where
I'm
you
over
are.
here. You're avoiding the question.
No, I'm,
Yes.
I'm getting back to you. But I just want to tell you where you started to where you are right now. I'm just in awe of the growth and your tenacity and your stick-to-itness.
Okay, he kept going on and on avoiding. At one point in time, she said she was sick and, wanted to know where he was at. He was out of town with another man. And so when they say you went out of town with another man, they questioned sexuality. He said, I like women. So, and she got very upset and she said, they have a daughter together and, Egypt asked her, y'all gonna get back together? She was like, I am seeing somebody, but of course, with anything, you never know. So, I'm not in that man's bedroom, so I know everybody's gonna question who he's with and who he with. I don't know. but he was hilarious. I didn't realize he was that funny. He's kind of a BSer. You can tell how he's speaking. He just going on like he just lying and give. But he was hilarious. He was funny. He was really a laugh relief in the reunion. I just could not stop laughing. I was like, I did not know, because he was so quiet the whole time on the show. When he got up, when Essie was there, Essie also, they questioned her sexuality. This show here was like it's crazy how they were so worried about his and who she was with. And she said that she's my soulmate, like Egypt said, I get it. That's your best friend. You look out for her because her man wasn't really there for, especially when she was sick. But she said, I have a whole, wait, did she say I have a husband? Or did she say I like men? I think she said I have a whole husband out here. And she said, y'all worry about who I'm with. I have a whole husband out here. She was like, get your life. So anyway, that was the reunion. Belle Collective, and that's all I got for y'all. That's all I got.